Toys R Us returns to the United States. Hot Toys does more Mandalorian figures. Mayfex is far from home, and NECA's burning for Godzilla. All that and more in today's TNI news video. So let's jump into it. You action figure enthusiasts out there, JC here with another TNI news video. Now we've got a lot to cover today, so let's jump right into it. And first thing I want to talk about is the return of Toys R Us here in the United States. It's not the Toys R Us you remember, and certainly unless you live in New Jersey, you probably won't even see it. But they did this past weekend reopen a brand new store in Paramus, New Jersey, and they had a big grand opening and everything. I'm not familiar with the area, so it looks like it's some type of mall, and they're going to be opening a second store probably in about a month or so, which I believe the location for that one is in Houston, Texas. So there will be a second store opening by the end of the year, and then supposedly they're looking to have 20 stores, I believe around 20 stores opening up by the end of 2020. But if you're a fan of Toys R Us, it is technically under new ownership, under a company called TRU Kids. You know, they're keeping the name. They've kept the name Toys R Us. They've got Jeffrey the Giraffe. The stores are much smaller. You can see this footage here that comes from ABC News, Channel 7 in New York City. They filmed some footage of the new store and everything, so you can see it's a much smaller store than what the previous Toys R Us stores were. And you can see this really isn't made for the adult collector. Toys R Us is definitely trying to reach the younger kids with these stores. The idea behind it is, you know, the kids can come in and actually start playing with the toys, experience the toys. It's more about, you know, the experience than just actually going in and getting a toy. It looks like maybe there's a few action figures and stuff, but really, you know, nothing that you couldn't find anywhere else. And like I said, it doesn't really seem like they're really trying to aim for the adult collector with these new stores. They're definitely going for the kids and trying to build that kind of just, you know, in-shopping experience with these stores. Now, they also, you know, they've got their website. However, the website's really basically just, you know, you try and buy something on the Toys R Us website and it just takes you to Target.com where you buy it. So, you know, essentially it looks like they've created a partnership with Target, but really I'm not sure what the point is of going through Toys R Us. Just go to Target.com if you want to buy a toy online at this point. I don't know if that's going to change at some point, but right now, essentially, anytime you click on a product on the Toys R Us website, it just takes you to Target's website. So, you know, I don't know. I can't get terribly excited about this. I mean, if you happen to be in the area where one of these stores are, I mean, it's not something, from what I've seen, I don't think I would go out of my way to go to one of these stores. But, you know, if you happen to be like in this mall at Paramus in New Jersey, you know, it'd probably be a kind of a cool experience to take your kid into. But otherwise, you know, like I said, from the adult collector standpoint, I don't see much here. You know, I don't see anything getting terribly excited for, and we'll just have to see. I don't know where they're going to open these other stores again. I think they're supposed to have like 20 stores open by the end of 2020. But other than the two, they announced this one in New Jersey and the second one that's supposed to be opening in the next few weeks in Houston, Texas. I don't really know where the other stores will be opening up. But I did just wanted to share that information with you because I know a lot of you were, you know, upset when Toys R Us closed their stores. And there goes my cat. And but like I said, the store is actually reopened. It is a full, you know, functioning store. It's not like the little pop-ups like they tried to do last Christmas. And we'll just have to see how it plays out. But I really wouldn't expect Toys R Us to return in the same big way as it once was. You know, I feel like these will be little niche stores, and if they manage to open these up in areas that have high foot traffic already, then they might have some success with it. But otherwise, you know, I just don't see this being that big of a deal or having a major impact on the toy industry overall, especially not when it comes to stuff dealing with the adult action figure collector. Okay, this next story is actually an older story. Still playing a little bit of catch up on the toy news, but these images were released a couple weeks ago. I think I talked about the figure briefly when it was first announced. The magazine scans had surfaced online, but now we have official images for the new Mayfix Spider-Man Far From Home upgrade suit figure. This figure is going to be out in July. It is up for pre-order now, so wherever you get your Mayfix figures, you should be able to pre-order the figure. And the figure is going to be about 5.9 inches tall. It's going to come with interchangeable hands, a couple different head sculpts, and multiple webbing effects, about 6 webbing effects it's going to come with. So it's pretty light on the accessories overall, but if you're a fan of the suit and you like the Mayfix stuff, then I think this is one you'll want to check out. For you Funko Pop collectors, it was just announced that they're going to be doing a couple new Marvel 80th anniversary pop vinyl figures. So the two that they've announced are the first appearance Vulture, as well as a first appearance Spider-Man figure with the webbing under his arms. Those are up for pre-order now, and those are going to be out early next year. For you Mandalorian fans, it also looks like that we're going to be getting Baby Yoda Funko Pop figures. Baby Yoda is not the official name of the character, but we've not actually gotten the official name of the character. I think officially it's being referred to simply as the child, but it's the young baby Yoda. I don't know if it's Yoda's kid, a Yoda clone. I really have no idea. We just don't have any details from the show, but definitely it's a pretty hit character, and I'm sure we are going to be seeing more and more Baby Yoda stuff from various companies. But Funko has these images of both a regular pop vinyl figure as well as a 10-inch figure. Supersized pop vinyl figure have hit the net and should be out by early next year. Now, while we're on the subject of The Mandalorian, last week Hot Toys released official images for their next 12-inch figure based on the Disney Plus series. So like with Hasbro, we're going to be getting the heavy infantry Mandalorian character that appeared in episode 3. I talked about the 6-inch Black Series version Hasbro's doing, which is a Best Buy exclusive and is actually hitting shelves now. But the Hot Toys version is going to be out next year. Basically this guy has the big Gatling type rifle with the ammunition that attaches to his back, and he's got the jetpack. This Mandalorian, unlike the Mandalorian, has an actual jetpack and has some blast effects that will attach to that, so you can make it look like he's flying. He's going to come with a knife. In the episode, he gets in a knife fight with the Mandalorian, so he comes with that, and just has the decked out armor and everything, which is pretty cool. He's a bigger dude. He's bigger than a typical Mandalorian. He's got the big chunky armor with the big weapon and everything that does attach to his back, which is cool. And again, that's going to be out sometime next year. Storm Collectibles last week released official images for a Skeleton Warrior 2-pack for their 112 Golden Axe video game series. So previously they had announced the Axe Battler and Red Dragon set, and now we're getting 2 Skeleton Warriors. We'd seen the Skeleton Warrior on display at some of the conventions, and it's pretty cool that they're doing it as a 2-pack, so you can get 2 of them. The set's gonna come with 10 pairs of hands. Each one is gonna have a sword and a shield. One will hold the shield in the right hand and the other in the left hand, and will go nicely, not just with the Golden Axe. If you're a fan of the Golden Axe video game, you'll definitely want to check it out. But a figure like this, a Skeleton Warrior, I think will also fit in with a bunch of different lines. So even if you're not really into Golden Axe, this might be something you want to check out. Now, the set is not currently up for pre-order yet, but should be going up pretty soon. And I don't have an exact release date, but it should be out sometime next year. Okay, and then the final bit of news I have for you guys today is on the NECA front. So first of all, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Wave 2 figures with the Rocksteady and Bebop have been hitting shelves. The Rocksteady and the Bebop are the 2 hardest figures to get. They've been up online at least once, maybe up to 3 times, and they quickly sold out each time. Right now, as I'm making this video, they are currently listed as sold out, but NECA continues to say that more should be coming in stock. So if you haven't been able to get a hold of the figures just yet, hopefully you will still have an opportunity to do so without having to pay high secondary market prices. I know it's frustrating. I've yet to get the set myself. when it came in stock on I think it was last Wednesday. I was traveling for Thanksgiving and missed out, and like I said, they've only seemed to last online for just a few minutes. I actually went into a Target store and saw all the figures, like they had 4 of each of the 2 packs in wave 2 other than the Rocksteady and Bebop. Like they put out, I don't know how many come in a case, maybe it's probably 1 of each per case, so they maybe put out 4 different boxes worth. And all the other figures were just sitting there, but somebody had already, I don't know if it was like, somebody, a scalper who came along and just bought them all so they could resell them, or if individuals, I don't know. But definitely, the Rocksteady and the Bebop are the hardest ones to get in the set, and they're not going to sit on shelves very long, and they're not going to sit online very long. And they have an email notification that's supposed to alert you when they come back in stock, but I think they've been available online 3 different times, and out of those 3 times, only once I got an email, and by the time I saw the email and went and checked it, they were already sold out. So really, the best thing you can do is just periodically check. I know that's a pain in the ass. It's more frustrating than it should be. In my opinion, these should be readily available. Especially these 2. These should be heavily stocked per wave. I mean, these are the 2 everybody want. The others are repaints essentially. And while I know a lot of people missed out on the first wave of figures with the Foot Soldier and the 4 Turtles, so it's nice that we're getting an opportunity to get those again. It's also frustrating at the same time that the 2 figures that are actually the new figures in the wave are this difficult to get. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, NECA says more are due to come in, and so hopefully they will become easier to get sooner or later. But on new news for NECA, they announced last week that they are doing another Target store exclusive, this time for their Godzilla King of Monsters line. This is a figure that is 12-inch head to tail, and it's their Burning Godzilla figure. So you've got the translucent orange colors. It looks like he's on fire. This figure is supposed to be available hitting stores this week, but I believe some stores had already started to carry it last week. So you may have already seen it on shelves, but if not last week, you should see it on shelves this week. I believe it'll be available online as well. According to NECA, it should be. I have not checked to see if it's available at the time of this filming, but if you want to get this figure, then definitely start checking your Target or Target.com now. NECA Toys also just today released new final product images for their upcoming Hellraiser 7-inch Ultimate Pinhead figure. So NECA says this figure will be out in early 2020, and it is highly detailed. The figure's been up for pre-order for some time now, but these again are new final images, and the figure's going to have a soft goods vinyl skirt, 2 different head sculpts. It's going to come with an open and closed version of the puzzle box, as well as a couple other weapons that you see him use in the movies. And just the detailing and the blood and everything on the figure looks really good. So if you're a fan of Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies, this is one you're going to want to check out. Okay, so that's it for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything I talked about, especially about Toys R Us. Are you excited for their return? Have you checked out their new store? Are you somebody who live in that area, and have you checked out the new store? Again, I don't expect anyone to go way out of their way to travel there to see these stores, but if you live in the area and you've been able to check it out, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below. Follow me here, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the bell notification, and until next time, guys, I'll catch you later.
Hey, thanks for watching today's video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. And be sure to head over to the Toy News International and Marvelous News message boards communities. It's a great place to talk toys and win cool contests like $100 store credits to Big Bad Toy Store. And remember, action figures are great.